Welcome back. Today we're going to be making some blistered shishito peppers. This is one of my favorite little snacks to make. It's healthy, it's easy, and it's refreshing. Before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn those notifications on. All right, so I have my shishito peppers here. I'm gonna leave these off to the side for now. The first thing I'm gonna do is make a marinade. To get started with our marinade, I have some peeled garlic. I did this beforehand because I hate peeling, and honestly, it would have taken me forever to do this on camera. And I'm gonna lightly mince my garlic. You don't need the garlic to be super small. I just want it small enough where it's gonna cook off pretty easily because I'm gonna toss these in olive oil in a second. I'm just gonna go over one more time. All right, I'm just gonna toss this garlic over here to the side for a second. And I have a stainless steel pan. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on a medium-high heat. And as I get this pan to temperature, I'm gonna toss a little bit of olive oil in. One thing I like to do to see if this is the temperature is I drop one piece of garlic in. Obviously, you know it's ready when it starts to sizzle a little bit. And once that happens, I'm gonna toss the rest of my garlic in. And as you can see, this little piece of test garlic has started to sizzle. So now I'm gonna grab the rest of my garlic that I've minced up and toss it in. I have my little mini spatula here. And when it's cooked all the way through, I'm gonna add a little bit of soy sauce, and that's it for the marinade. It's super simple. Now, when you're cooking garlic and olive oil, you always wanna keep moving it around so it doesn't get burned. Garlic can burn pretty quickly. Now, as you can see, the little bits of garlic are starting to brown. So we're almost ready for the next step. Now that the garlic's brown, I'm gonna take a little bit of soy sauce and mix it in. All right, my pan's definitely a little bit too hot. I turned my heat off completely. Now, the reason that's happening is the water content in the soy sauce. It's mixing with the hot oil. Love that, look at that. The soy sauce is sticking to the tops of the garlic. And once this is done, and cools down a little bit, I'm gonna pour it over my shishito peppers. You know, now that I think of it, I could honestly just toss the peppers right in here. It's probably a lot easier, so let's do that. Now that my marinade is ready, I'm gonna take my shishito peppers and just toss this in. All right, now I'm just gonna stir this in and thoroughly coat these so that my marinade is all over my peppers. Once you feel like these are thoroughly coated, it's ready to toss these on the grill. Okay, now I'm just gonna put these next to the grill so I have easy access. Before I toss my peppers on, the grill's around 500 degrees. It's a little hot, but once I open this up, it should cool down a little bit. Got my tongs here, and I'm gonna slowly start putting these on the grill. So I'm gonna put my final couple peppers here on the grill and slowly start to blister them until they're ready to be taken off. Once these peppers have been on the grill long enough, you'll start to hear them popping, and it's really satisfying. That's the popping sound. Okay, my peppers have been in here for a couple minutes. Let's check on them. Oh, I think they're starting to blister already. Look at this. See that? Whew. I'm gonna turn them over when they start to look like that to get an even cook on each side. While I wait for those peppers to finish cooking, I'm gonna take the leftover sauce here I have, marinade, whatever you wanna call it, and I'm actually gonna add some honey to the mix. The goal of this dish is to have salty and sweet. I wanna have a nice little contrast, plus that little spicy kick from the peppers. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of hot honey here, and I'm just gonna mix this in. And that sweetness contrasting with the soy sauce and the garlic is gonna be delicious. Now, the reason I'm putting the honey on now into the sauce, and I didn't do it before, is because I don't want it to get stuck to the grill and get all sticky. Take the heat off, and that's perfect. I'm just gonna let this sit until the peppers are done. All right, I would say that the cook on these is basically almost done. Some of these are actually done. I think I'm gonna just take them off because I don't wanna overcook these. You see this pepper? This is exactly what we're looking for. All right, I'm gonna take these off the grill before they get too soggy and wilted and toss them back in my sauce. I'm gonna toss my last couple peppers back into my marinade here, grab my spatula here, and I'm just gonna mix this up one more time. All right, now I'm gonna move my peppers over here and let's plate this dish. I'm gonna take my smaller tongs here and just slowly put a couple peppers on here. All right, I'm happy with that. And I'm gonna finish this with two more things. I have my lemon here. I'm gonna cut a little wedge off. I'm gonna go over this with a little bit of lemon, a little bit of flaky salt. And actually there's one more thing I lied, a little bit of black sesame, and this is gonna give the peppers a little bit of crunch. And then maybe one little piece of lemon to garnish it. As always, the last thing to do is to try. Let's see how it tastes. Yeah, come here, try it. It's really good. Right? I told you it's really good. Okay, get back over there. If you're a fan of peppers or snacks, I highly recommend you try this and toss some of those shishito peppers on the grill at home. I'll see you next time.